It is week 11 of the high school football season. The playoffs start this Friday night, and this year we've got 30 local teams that have qualified for postseason play, 10 of which made the final cut in our WKBN Power Rankings. We begin at number 10 with United. The Eagles make their first appearance in the Power Rankings this season, and they did it when it matters the most. United has won 6 in a row, including a 22-point victory over Southern Local last Friday night to clinch their second straight Eastern Ohio Athletic Conference title. The Eagles have earned an 8 seed in the Division 6 playoffs and will have home field advantage this Friday night against Brookfield, which will also be our WKBN Game of the Week on Saturday. You can watch the entire game live streaming at WKBN.com and then rebroadcast at 10 p.m. on MyYTV. Moving on to number 9, Warren JFK. The Eagles finished the regular season on a 3-game winning streak and handed Southeast their first loss of the season last Friday night. That was a big win for Kennedy over an undefeated Division 5 team. So it gave them a ton of computer points, and they're now a 3 seed in Division 7, which means home field advantage for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. At number 8, Ursuline. The Irish are coming off a 31-point win over Cardinal Mooney. That's the biggest margin of victory over their arch rival in 11 years. So Ursuline is the Steel Valley Conference champ, and they've locked up a 3 seed in the Division 4 playoffs. Falling to number 7 this week, Hubbard. The Eagles suffered their first loss of the season last Friday night to South Range, so they finished the regular season 9-1 and still have a great spot in the playoffs. They're a 5 seed in Division 3, and if they can beat New Philadelphia this Friday night, they could meet up with Canfield next week. What a game that would be. Moving on to number 6, Springfield. The Tigers finished the regular season undefeated in conference play and haven't allowed a single point in 4 weeks. They're averaging over 43 points per game heading into the playoffs and will host Western Reserve in the first round, a team they already beat 42-0 just 3 weeks ago. At number 5, LaBrae. The Vikings scored a season-high 56 points last Friday night against Camel and locked up the number 1 seed in Division 6 Region 21. That means they'll get to play the 16 seed, which is Trinity, a team that won just 3 games this year. Moving on to number 4, Canfield. The Cards squeaked by Boardman last Friday night and picked up their 8th straight win, so they are the top-ranked local team in Division 3 this year. They will be a 4 seed in Region 9, and just like last year, that means they'll have home field advantage for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Our number 3 ranked team, West Branch. The Warriors finished the regular season a perfect 10-0, but it didn't come easy. West Branch pulled off a 1-point overtime thriller against Salem last Saturday night, so they are conference champions for the 2nd straight season and the number 1 seed in Division 4, Region 13. Moving up to number 2 this week, South Range. The Raiders did it again. They finished the regular season undefeated for the 9th time in the last 20 years. That is unbelievable. South Range also won the NE8 title for the 2nd year in a row. In fact, they've only lost 2 conference games since the league started 3 years ago, and they're the smallest school in it. They'll be a 2 seed in the playoffs and host Rootstown this Saturday. And finally, the number 1 team in the final edition of our WKBN Power Rankings, Farrell. No surprise here, the Steelers just scored a staggering 78 points last Friday night. That ties the record for the most in school history, and believe me, they have some impressive history. Farrell has outscored the competition this year 354-14. In 6 games, they have not punted. This is the most dominant run for any local team in recent history, so Farrell is the number 1 team in the final edition of our WKBN Power Rankings.